And there were 25 of these specific predictions made by the Old Testament prophets bearing on the betrayal, the trial, and the death, and the burial of Jesus Christ. Now again, this compound probability is a mathematical term relating to the likeness of two independent events occurring. I mean, just two things that you could predict that they'd happen. And these were uttered by different prophets. They were uttered and prophesied not by one prophet, but different prophets, not at one time, but at different times that spanned out over hundreds of years. And from BC 1000 to BC 500 is what we're covering here are these 25 specific prophecies. Now, that's 1,000 years or thereabouts before Jesus was ever born, up until 500 years or thereabouts before he was born. But there were 25 predictions about his betrayal, and I'm repeating this, and his death, the trial, and the burial of Jesus Christ, made by different prophets in this span time of 1,000 to 500 years before Christ happened. It wasn't like 3 or 4 of us getting together and prophesying or predicting this would happen. One would predict it would happen maybe in 1,000 years before it happened, and then maybe 800 years before it happened another, and then right on. I mean, they wasn't even living, most of them, at the same time. But they was prophesying or predicting things different that was going to come to pass that did come to pass. Compound probability is the likeness or a mathematical term of the likeness of two independent things or events occurring. Now, these things that was prophesied, these 25 specific predictions from 500 to 1,000 years before Christ was born, yet they were literally all fulfilled, Brenda, in 24 hours in one person, namely Jesus Christ. In 24 hours, according to the law of this compound probability, it would have been impossible to happen. But it happened. In 24 hours, 25 prophecies that were made concerning the death, the burial, betrayal of Jesus Christ all happened in that span of time, but there was these 25 happened in 24 hours of his coming to this earth. Now, to me, that's amazing, and the Scripture proves this out. And we're going to get into some of it and look at some samples of it, but yet, according to the law of compound probabilities, there was, now listen to this, there was one change, Kenneth, in 33,554,432 that these 25 predictions could be fulfilled in Jesus Christ. Now that blows my mind. According to this mathematical procedure, the chance of this happening was 33,554,432 chances to 1 that would happen. But it's a fact that it happened. And we're going to see some of it. And it is a fact also that there were 109 predictions literally fulfilled at Christ's first advent or his first coming in the flesh. 109 was fulfilled. Now, if you apply this law of compound probabilities to this number, then the chance goes up into the billions to 1 that it would happen. I think that's something. Now, hold on, because we're going to get into some Scripture and we're going to see part of this. We ain't got time to go through all of it, because it would be impossible. Because if we know where to look, and I know Kenneth and Brenda here knows that, but if you know where to look in the Scripture, it talks about the coming of Jesus in a lot of places in the Old Testament and the things that was going to happen. A lot more than what we overlook a lot of times that's in there. But he come. Jesus come. Let's not get hung up and say, well, I can't hardly believe that. I can't hardly believe that. Look, Bob Dylan said that you've got to serve somebody. It may be the devil and it may be the Lord, but you're going to have to serve somebody. And people that don't believe, Brenda, in God, they'll go out here and they'll believe in some superstition. They'll believe in some other form of something else, something Confucius or reading astrologies or something like that. What power is in that? Who's the head over that? I'm talking about a living person here. I'm not talking about some myth that there's nobody backing it up. Somebody made us.